have police officers out there who are responsible. Every last policeman is a responsibility when you see a violation to step in immediately. We have a specific section that is responsible for ticketing, right? They call it ticketing section. But it doesn't mean that any officer cannot issue a ticket. So all the officers who patrolling, once you've been through a ticketing course, you've got a ticket book, you can definitely issue ticket at any point in time once you see a violation ongoing. So if once you are able to identify them, to say they in police uniform, wearing the badge and the flag, and they stop you to issue a ticket, a police officer. Okay?
Okay. So the next one has to do with, the question has to do with, is there any specific amount of fine for a violation?
Okay, so with that, you see that what I said to you, just step by step, I like how you're going about it, right? Fred.
Yes, sir.
Please, under the law, what are the ranges of the fines and stuff? I can tell you one thing. Like I said, we didn't write the law. The law already since 1972.
Yes.
Yeah, it has not been updated until today. So maybe some of these concerns that you all have here today will help us to drive, because we want to amend the law to be able to reflect current day reality. All the fines that they wrote in the book and put down was in US dollar at the time. We need to go back to so that this law can be revised, it can be amended to reflect current day reality. But for now, we can only enforce what's on the book. What are the fine ranges from?
The highest fine in law is 5,000 US, or you go to jail for 3 years or both. And that has to do with fraudulent registration. For example, you go to Ministry of instead of going to Ministry of Transport to obtain your lesson, you go to World Trade Center, you get your lesson. When the policeman catch you, your fine is $5,000 US or 3 years imprisonment. And the highest fine there. Then we come to 500 US. For example, you overload your car. When you overload your car, the definition of overload your car is regular driving. It's $500 or imprisonment of 6 months or both. When you drive without license, $500 imprisonment of 6 months or both. If you did not register your car, $500 imprisonment, 6 months or both. If you did not insure your car, the fine is $1,000 or 1 year imprisonment or both. So that's how you range. The lead fine in law is $5 US, which is pedestrian. When you don't, when crosswalk is here, and you don't cross in it, you don't cross in the crosswalk as a pedestrian, you're not in car, your fine is $5.
Okay, this is a concern as it relates to this question. For example, improper carry. You see an officer giving you $20 US ticket. You see another officer giving you $10 US ticket for improper carry. Another officer will give you $50 US ticket for improper carry. So this is what I'm saying. Is there any specific?
So listen. What the law provides for, the law provides a bracket. Yeah. So let me tell you something. Sometimes when you engage the officer the way how you will even talk to the officer back and forth, that officer has, the law gives that officer serious discretionary power. The law says, as an officer, you can fine a man from $10 to $500 up to $500. The officer is left with the officer to make the determination as to what fine he will give you within that bracket. The only thing, he should not move from in that bracket to say go below the least amount or go above it. So yes, the tickets will vary, from place to place based on your offense, based on the officer you meet. So it's not like you say they're moving the number back and forth. No, they're using their discretion as per the law. Isn't that so?
Yes.
And then for that overloading, what is the highest fine on the book?
Overloading also regular driving, up to 500.
Okay, so that's up to 500. If you look at to show you how the officers are using good judgment here in issuing tickets. If you look at where the officers giving you, they also give you like the lowest part of what the law provides for. So even 30, 40, 50, it's still on the lower side. It's still 10 times below what the law calls for as the highest rate for these tickets. We didn't write it. We made it there. We're just enforcing it.
So
Yes, sir.
Can get a law that says.
Please, as a matter of fact, we'll make it available. And you know what? When we should have completed this meeting, everybody get an understanding. I would like for us to have a workshop and call all the drivers, everybody together, so that we can sit down. For people to understand this particular issue back and forth. So people can understand it for themselves. No, driving is not a right, it is a privilege. It is a privilege, and it has requirements that you must meet before you can operate a vehicle. The law says that that vehicle must be registered. It must be insured. The driver must be licensed, which is he is authorized by the government of the Republic of Liberia to be able to convey people from one place to another. We're not doing anything outside of what the law calls for. If you look at it, you're not in the job because we keep them advocating for this thing over and over, for there to be an amendment in the law to reflect current day reality. So maybe when we sit down together, have this major workshop, bring drivers together to educate them about the law, we can all see that, okay, agree and say, oh no, we need to correct them. We need to correct them so that everybody can be okay. Go to the next point.
Please. Yeah,